Alright, welcome to episode 9 of my Draconian Necromancer series, where I give my 5 Allied Emperor AI opponents a 20-turn head start, where I do nothing for 20 turns. And so it's now turn 50, which sometimes I've won games like this by this point, but the fact that I couldn't do anything for 20 turns means that I'm on my own turn 30, basically, in terms of my progression across the map. We know that several turns ago I encountered my opponents, but this is the first time I'm running across a city that they own. So you can see that I'm building up a new Shock Serpent here. Got Lord of the Deep going, and we're about to head into here. So I came up through here, and I'm heading this way, sending some units through here to see what is up. I'm starting to get Lords of the Deep out. So you can see that I can basically rush them every time because there's enough light terrain that even when I hurry production, even if I have it always hurried, it still won't dip below content. And I'll still be able to produce. And so I'm spending big cash money every time to rush a Lord of the Deep. So I'm pumping out one Lord of the Deep per turn. So just really, you can see that they're all over the place. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 3 Lords of the Deep so far. So I'm moving pretty fast in terms of army structure. Get my firstborn leveling this guy up. These guys are all floating stacked. We're doing really well. Another strong stack. Some heavy hitters here. So I've got, several, about 8 legit stacks of a viable army with the rest of these folks finding a new place on the map. Whisper of the Fallen is still up, which has been wonderful. We're capped out at 15 because we kept the level cap at 15. So as you can see, I've got Invoke Death and Shadow Step added. Those were the late additions in the later levels. What do we have for items? So this is 16 and 14, so a nice boost here. What else is interesting? The fire aura is really nice on the shield. 40% physical protection. God, I love this ring. So look at what we got going on. 40% physical, naturally 140, of course. No fire protection, though. If I don't mind going down on general resistance, I can pop this in to go from 0 to 60. Spirit is at 20%, though I'm going to have a 100% spirit protection item sent out eventually, and 60% shock protection. So +2 res, physical, fire shield, +2, +1, +1, +1 in blinding aura, +1, and then wall crushing, overwhelm, tunneling on the mount for my hero. And then for my leader, super lucky, got another one of these. So 40%, and I don't think much has changed there. So 14, 13, 65, 40, 100, 20, 80, 0. So it's they're pretty tanky, especially as far as necromancers go. And as far as cities, still a lot of them aren't too good. I am starting to produce. I am starting to forge items. We can't look at what's on the forge. I have to build a unit so that we can pick it up and send it along. But that will come along soon enough. What else? What else are my better-ish cities doing? Nothing. Balmer's Guilds. What are we building all in all? Some observatories, because I like that science. I like expanding the domain, building Lords of the Deep when I can afford it. Yeah, not much else. It's expensive. And I'm actually not running a deficit at the moment, just grace. But the upkeep is super crazy expensive. Governance. Hit level T. This is lovely. The +10 spell casting is super helpful. Heroic skill. I did get at turn 46. I get Heptatopia, which is 7 towns, which makes sense. And I always smith early, so I tend to get a free item from that. So you can see where we're at, moving across the map. So my leaders down here thinking about sending some folks on the ground, and the rest headed this way. I'm going to take advantage of this pillar soon. Yeah, another force up here. Another force up here. I'm going to take this over and go up here. As far as underground, continue to send. It's a scout. Took over this city. My flying stack is here. And just having taken out that camp and yeah, forging there. So that is where we're at in terms of interesting battles. I don't know that we've had something super interesting, because again, I've shown you plenty of examples of nice way to pick up some additional reanimators with the raise on dead. Yeah, I don't know if there's much in the way of battles that are really essential to show. Oh yeah, those. This is gonna be really nice, because I need some. As a necromancer, you're susceptible to fire, so being able to build some fire giants will be really useful, because they can demolish machines. They're going to be resistant against fire-based damage from machines, because I'm worried about my opponent, who's the Dreadnought. Yeah, so I think these will be really helpful tanky units for me to produce out of here. So kind of like I'm doing with the Lords of the Deep, I'll produce giants out of here, fire giants in particular. And is it anything else that we need to show? I don't think there is. We're just making our way. So I will see you in a few turns from now for episode 10. Thanks.